Ciao, Carolina Orsi. How lovely to have you on the Joy of Paddle. I've watched you develop your game. You're one of those, first of all, you're an outlier in terms of the Italian paddle world. Amongst so many other Spaniards and Argentinians, you are fighting amongst the best. It's great to have you on the show. Now, tell us, in your words, how on earth did you get into paddle? Because you have such a rich sporting background between football, and I mean, you've tried so many other sports. So
Uh, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the invitation. And yes, like you said, because in Italy we know paddle very late because it's a new sport. Obviously, I dedicate myself to other sports. I was an
il
excellent
calcio, il
calcio,
calcio.
football, yes, but my first sport was tennis, and so I am an ex-tennis player. I mean, I played. Sorry, I played. Sorry, my printer is.
Ah, it's got a mind. It's got a mind of its own.
Sorry, and I was an ex-tennis player, and I dropped out tennis at the age of 20. And then I studied. I was to university, and then in the same time I played football, and I discovered paddle in 2015 because a friend of my dad invite us to play paddle in a club in the Tuscany. And I don't know anything about paddle, but like I play tennis. I mean, I was able to do something with a racket. So I started the match, the training, and this friend of my dad that in that moment was the president of paddle in Rome, told to me, "Wow, you can play well, and I think you could take advantage of this, and you can start to play the league in Italy, no, the national league with this club that is my club is Canottieri Aniene." And then so in 2015 I started to play. At the beginning, one in a month, then two in a month, then okay, I can play this tournament. Someone called me to play, and then little by little I decided to to move to Madrid, and to start to do like professional. And in 2021 I moved to Madrid, and in this time I was working in to Playtomic. I don't know if you know the app. Is an
Of
app.
course.
And
I've,
yes, because I needed to work at that time, because I was like 100 in the ranking, so I was anyone, and I need to work. I needed to work, and so I started to train here in Madrid, and little by little I won matches, and I grew up, and I started to play better, and then now I'm here with the.
well, you're being very shy, or I should say humble, because you were already the Italian champion many years in a row of paddle.
Mm.
And so you obviously established yourself. I'm wondering, which was harder for you, Carolina? Was it harder for you to learn the waltz or to learn Spanish?
No, it was very difficult to learn the words. No, Spanish, because I think it's similar to Italian, and it's
Abbastanza vicino.
abbastanza vicino, exactly, yeah. Parecido.
Yeah.
And so here in Madrid, I mean, I speak every hours, and so it's easy to learn. And But the walls, the walls,
Ah,
yeah, this is the problem. I mean, because I think that if we speak about the smash, the volley, I think
mhm,
it's better for an ex-tennis player. But the
yeah.
walls, I mean, it's the I think that is a very characteristic thing of paddle, and it's a lot of work, a lot of repetitions, a lot of days of workout, and so at the beginning it was my enemy,
Mhm. No,
but now I think it's for a friend.
es su amiga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what I mean, so many people coming into paddle have probably some kind of racket experience. Not all, but many. And I see it myself. So many tennis players, and yet, and some of them. I mean, I've been playing for 10 years now, and yet they still half volley at the back of the court. Yet they still want to rush the net right away. What kind of advice do you have? Because obviously I've seen you play a lot of times, Carolina, and I would argue you have almost a natural slowness to let the ball go by,
Mm.
relax, and then let it go. That's what I see. That's how I see you play. You're not like tensed up when it hits the wall. You're just relaxed. Pop, up it goes, or do what you need. How do you get to that? What is it? What is the miracle that allows us to switch?
I think that the players or the amateurs have to understand that when you are in the back of the court, you have to defend. Okay, this zone is to defend, so you have to know that you need to defend, and it's okay. No pasa nada. It's okay because it's part of the game. You have the three zone, the first in the attack, the intermediate zone, and then the defense zone. So you have to train this zone, and you have to stay in a good position. I mean, it is not good to stay in the intermediate position because you have to know very well the game to stay in this position. But if you know that, and if you train with a lot of repetition with your coach, and you do a lot of cross, you have to do a lot of cross with your, I mean, with a friend, with your partner, you have to do a lot of repetition, and then with your friends walls, I mean, I think you used to know about how to manage these shots, okay, with the walls, without the walls, but always I'm talking about in the back of the court,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's always that sort of, well, I'm an older guy, so my issue is sometimes the speed. So if the ball's going to come off the back wall, I know it's going to come off the back wall, but I don't have the speed to take it.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
need to block it. And of course, if it's like a por tres or a smash, you
Mm.
sit at the back wall and you try to
Yeah.
try to get it back. But
Yeah.
that's where I struggle. But that what you're talking about is this notion of complete repetition that gives you the comfort to know that this ball's going to go, especially if it's a left-hander, this
Mm.
way, bing, 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 that's where it's going to end up. And so you
Yeah.
can anticipate in the movement as opposed to frightened about where it's going
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah. You say that one word that is very important: anticipate, and it's I think it's a very important skill in paddle, the anticipation. And if you know the professional players, they are very with the flow, and it seems very easy every shot because they read the ball before, because they know, because of I think because of the repetition, because they did a lot of times this, and they know what happened. So this is the secret, I think. And then another secret, I think, is the lob. I mean, if you when you use the ball, the balls, and you do a very good lob, I think it's it's you are you are the well one of, I mean, it's easier. Everything is easier because if you do a good lob, your opponents can attack you. okay, and you can defend better the ball, because if you do a good lob and your opponent do a víbora or a bandeja, surely you can defend it. If it's a short lob, no. Maybe you receive a smash, with a lot of speed, with a lot of strength. So the key is the lob in the defense. So you have to train the lob.
I want to talk about the lob in a second, but let's go back to this idea of reading the ball, because I played tennis when I was a youngster as well, at a good level. The issue is reading the ball off the racket to know how hard, what spin is coming, whether it's a vibora or underneath cut, to see that, especially when it's up above. But then where it lands, which wall it hits, which walls it hits, which way it's going to spin. So for me, and just qualify for me how the reading happens, because you obviously know the player. That's another help as well. Sometimes when you're playing against people you already know, when you see their strokes, you even know when they're more or less better. If they're going to do an amago, like a fake.
Yes, a fake.
But how do you read? I'd love to know how you think about reading these balls.
I mean, I think that this is always the same answer, the repetition. And sometimes when you have doubts, you have to trust yourself. I mean, you have to calculate when you see the víbora or the bandeja that is going to the corner. There, I think it's very difficult, because you don't know if there is the lateral or the bottom. So it's difficult there. You have to trust yourself, and then if you're right, okay, you can defend. If you're not right, but if you are in a good position with your feet, you can defend it. But it depends of the position, about your turn. If you are turning in a good way, you can defend this ball, even if you didn't calculate well the ball that you received.
Can adjust.
Okay, but I think that the secret and what you have to do is the repetition, because I did a lot of training about that, because at the beginning it's very difficult to read the ball, to read if it's the first wall, the second wall. So my advice is a lot of repetitions and a lot of baskets with your coach, and that's it. And then you know it when you do a lot of training. You see that there is a moment that you understand that you are better, that you read the ball.
And I'm just wondering if I don't know what it's called, but the reverse willy, so it goes right at you, and then you even practice that one.
No,
right.
Yes, this is like shots that you don't practice. It's something that it's unexpected, because like I said, because you trust your anticipation. I trust my calculation, but okay, no, the ball is going another way, and then I have to do something different. Okay, so it's something that you do with your instinct. And but the thing is, because your position was good. So if your position was good, you can do something to save the ball, like the wheelie, or like with contrapared. Okay, so you can do something to save the ball, because your position is good, even if the calculation was bad.
It's just like la magia, as they say. So, Carolina, what's your favorite shot?
My favorite shot is the smash por tres.
And that's obviously you're helped by the fact that you're tall. How did that? Was that? I mean, and you have a tennis background. Is that how it's come to be?
Yes.
In the women's game, there are not so many women who hit por tres so often anyway. How have you seen the progression of paddle in the women's game since you've started?
I think that the paddle in women it's amazing now. 2055 it's amazing, and I want that the people understand that have to see live the play, the game, the matches live, because it's very different. It's very different because the speed of the ball, the strength of the players. I understand that is not like the man that with the jump and it's not like that, because we don't have this power. Okay, it's like physiologic. Okay, so
It's a reality of the world.
it's a reality, yes, but I want to say that we are different. Women are different. It's like that. It's not a lot of people do the comparison, but it's not like that, because it's different. I don't know. It's like it's like okay. Do you like pasta? Do you like meat? I think it's different. I think it's different because sometimes I want to eat pasta. Sometimes I want to eat meat. Okay, it's different.
Well,
you can
if without any embarrassment or doubt, I think watching women's paddle is much better for the amateurs.
Yeah.
Because it's really more attainable, accessible.
Yeah.
And a second thing, which I mean, watching live is fascinating, is to listen to the communication.
Yeah.
And you know, let's say that men and women are different in communication. My observation is that women paddle players talk even more than men paddle players.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
Yeah, because the matches of the men, the most of the time are like with shots. Okay, so you can imagine service, volley, smash. Okay, that's it. What we have to talk. I mean, it's
Congrats, you won the point.
Congrats. Yeah, good job. Yes, I mean, and above all, when they are playing in outdoor, when where the ball is flying. I mean, it's very uncontrolled. The ball is very difficult to control outdoor, and the wall is very, very hot, and so you can smash, and you can do with the smash like wall directly. Yeah. It's incredible. So in this case, the men don't have to communicate a lot, okay, but us, the women, like we can do this smash. I say smash, but whatever. So we have to talk about the tactic, about the psychology of the moment, because I can see that my opponent is in a bad moment, and so we have to focus the play with against her, or we have to repeat a shot because the point before she did a mistake. So yes, we have to speak a lot. We speak a lot about the tactic, or maybe my partner is not in a good moment because he's doing a lot of mistakes, and or she's in a moment, in a tension moment, with nervous, so we have to speak. We are, yes, I don't know, we are women, so we speak a lot, we communicate a lot. I mean, there is a lot of emotions. So yeah, this is about it. Everything of this is we communicate, and we have to manage this, and we manage in the court, but above all out of the court with a psychologist. We have a psychologist, and I can do alone with my psychologist, or we can do with the team, or only with my partner, or only with my coach. Depends on the moment, or what my problem is.
Right, that's fascinating. I mean, really, I think we all can learn from one another, men and women, and this idea of communicating about what you're feeling, how you're going,
Yeah.
that's such a, I mean, that's such a fascinating part of paddle. And for anybody who's not watching on YouTube or chat, I hope you can hear Carolina's smile as she was talking. Um, I want to just circle back on Italy for a second. Um, it's one of the countries that has the most number of courts in the world, still a little bit behind Spain. But what is it that made, in your mind, what's the story that made paddle in Italy so popular?
I think because it's first of all, it's easy. Paddle is easy. I mean, it's not like tennis that you need a lot of lessons because you need the technique to do and to start to rally. Okay, in paddle, you can do the first lesson or the first training. You can do a match. So I think this creates a lot um, of good feeling because you come back home and oh wow I did a match or I did some points and I won or I lost so this is for me the first reason that you enjoy to play very fast. Then it's a team sport, and when you can stay with in this case 4 people, this generates a lot of yes good vibes because then we can go to have dinner or to have
La
lunch.
caña, la caña.
Esatto, exactly. Una cagna, un aperitivo.
Yes, it is.
And so this generates a lot of, yes, good vibes, and it's a social sport. So in 2025, you know that the social network and social, I think it's the most used word. And
But
so
yet, but let's say, but the thing is, in Italy, it's really it's just dominantly more. There's, I mean, as opposed to Greece or other even Mediterranean countries, Turkey, um, even ahead of France. What is it that, I mean, maybe there were, I'm missing something, like there was a famous footballer that played paddle and that
yeah.
made it famous. What was the tipping? I mean, how did it accelerate to have so many courts? I mean, we're in England and we have maybe 500 courts in the whole
Mm,
country.
I think that is a business. Okay, so I think that this is a very good reason to build courts because at the beginning they saw that okay I built 3 4 courts and the courts were full and so they the owners and the managers they saw that was very rentable so and they continue and so I think that business this is the first reason and then was became a business for ex football players, actors or a lot of people that came from different worlds so this create a lot of hype and then you know when my my best football player is playing paddle okay perfect me like I am an amateur okay I have to try because you know that if my football player, my best football player is playing and is enjoying. So why I have to do that?
Absolutely. Well, I'm very excited for that. And I hope that the Italians continue to power through and let's say someday knock off the Spanish and Argentinians from the
Yeah,
hegemony that they have.
I hope so.
All right. What about shots you're working on? It's always interesting to talk to pros at your level. who still feel that they can improve? What is it that you're working on, and what do you think will get you into the top 20?
Now I'm working on my physical preparation. I think that I need to be faster, stronger, because I think that this is the different with the top 20, because they are like a cat. They are catching every time the ball, and they are very focused on the ball and on the game. And for me, maybe sometimes I'm not focused, and this is why. So I'm working this with my psychologist, for example, because I need to stay focused. Okay, like 1 hour and 30, 2 hours. This I'm working on this. So about mental skill. So then in the court, like I said, I'm training a lot in the gym. So about my physical preparation, and then about my shots, I think I'm working on forehand volley, because it's not my best shot. I prefer backhand volley, and then in the defense, because in the return above all, and yes, I think that the defense I always need a lot of work, because I started to play a few years ago like a professional. So
As opposed to some of the Spaniards who were born with a racket in their hand.
exactly. You see now that there are a lot of little players that are like 18, 17, that okay, they are has not experience. Yes, they they don't have experience, but they born with a racket, so they are very good with the defense, with the walls, so with the they know a lot the game. So okay, they maybe I played a lot of matches, but I don't have a lot of trainings like them.
Yeah, we all have that's your
Yeah.
strengths. You have to know how to play to your strengths. So what about as you get ready for a match, let's say in the moments leading up to the match, do you have any quirky things you do to prepare for the game, whether it's mental or physical or little, habits?
I'm not like very obsessed with these things before or during the match, but I can say to you that I prepare the paddle bag always in the same way. Yes,
Nice.
yes, with towels, with the beauty case, and
Yeah,
yes, with the rackets, with the
yeah.
grip, over grip. Yeah, yes.
Nice. I like that. All right. Paddle. I've named this podcast The Joy of Paddle because I think it's about having joy.
Yeah.
And usually it is a joyful sport and has lots of funny moments. And I'm wondering if you have any funny moments that come out of your memory that happened around paddle.
Yes, I have a funny moment. Yes, because I was playing with Giorgia Marchetti, another Italian girl, the Olympic Games, European Olympic Games in Krakow,
Which
and
you happen to get the gold medal for,
yeah,
by the
exactly. Yeah,
way.
yeah. In the final, my opponent, Marta Caparros or Marta Barrera, I don't remember. She was smashing, and I was running to catch the ball, but I calculate very bad
Uh-oh.
where there is the net, and so I fell down, and I don't know. I lost my mind for like I don't know 10-15 seconds, because I do like I don't know
You
how to
tumbled over the net.
exactly. Yes. Then I opened my eyes, and it was like, oh my god, where am I? So I was like, okay, and a lot of people were around me and asked me, "Are you okay?" And then I was like, I just felt my body, and I was okay.
Right.
And then I saw my partner, and I starting to laugh because it was very funny, because
Yeah.
she was like, okay, I don't know if I have to be worried about for her, or I can laugh. And then with her and with the coach, with Marcela Ferrari, we started to laugh in the final. It was a very funny moment, yeah. And then we won the final. I think for this reason was this block.
Bravissima. Well, you know what I love about paddle is that to see that on the pro tour. I mean, obviously there's going to be some ins and outs and goods and bads, but
Yeah,
so often the idea of good sportsmanship and saluting your opponent, making a good point, and the ability to laugh. I
yeah,
feel that it's related to the Hispanic or this sort of culture behind it.
yeah.
Do you watch pro paddle? I mean, do you watch any of the other matches?
Yes, a lot, a lot. I love to watch paddle, even if I lost, or even if I win. I like to, when above all when I stay in the tournament, and I don't have to train, or I
Do
don't have
something.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
I stay with my iPad, or with the, I don't know, with the TV, and sometimes I stay with the iPad, with the phone, because I have two cords, and yeah, and with Gemma same, we are very freaky about that. And yes, because I like to see, paddle. I like to it's a training too, because when you see, and you know your opponents, you know what she is doing in this moment, so it's a way to study, and it's a way to, I know, to waste time for me. Yeah, it's
Or relax.
or
I
relax.
mean,
Yes.
yeah, I think that's right. So, do you? I mean, I don't know if it's fair, but can I ask you who you like to watch the most?
uh for me, yes, I know that it's obvious, the answer, but Gemma, for me, it's the best, because I think it's it's complete. I think it's complete. She has everything. I mean, she has the mind, she has the technique, she's a very communicate player. I mean, she managed very well the important moment of this sport, that I think this is the difference between one that is top 10, top 15, top 20, top 30. And I think that a great player managed very well this important moment. And I think he is one of the best that is doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I was just at Hexagon watching her. Um, Last question, and of course, there's a double entendre, as we say in French, with this one. And how do you choose your partner? And of course, what I'm talking about here is your partner
Yeah,
in
yeah,
sport.
yeah. I mean, I think that I analyze my shots, my play, my way of play, and then I try to think which player can complementary with my shots, with my play, and then I look about the person. How is the person? Because you have to live with this person. I mean, it's a team sport, but it's a relationship, because you travel with this person, and you stay in the hotel with this person. You have lunch and dinner, and you sleep with this person. I mean, you stay 24 hours with this person. So I think that is important, the relationship. And sometimes I prefer that the relationship is good, that the way that she plays. Okay, I don't know if I explain
Yeah,
myself.
no, what
I
you're saying is
prefer,
that you prefer to have a good relationship than
yes,
necessarily the best player on your
exactly,
side.
exactly. Because if is a very, very, very good player, but then I can communicate. We discuss every time. So I think it is not good for to grow up. Okay, so and for me this is very, very important. And for with Nuria, for example, we have a very, very good relationship, and so I think this is our strength. Then can happen a lot of things. I mean, if someone in the top 10 call me, yes, it's an opportunity. Okay, and Nuria, I perfectly know that she says to me, take your opportunity, take your and enjoy this call. Okay, and this is for me, it's a very, very, very important characteristic of a person, of a player.
I mean, how appropriate the fact that Gemma plays on the left.
Yeah.
But so let's finish on the paddle, the future of paddle. There's been changes in the rules. There was, of course, the consolidation, WPT and the FIP. What about the rules? Do you feel that there are any rules that could be changed or need to be changed going forward? Or are you happy with it as they are?
I'm happy. I'm happy. I have to say that I'm happy with the tour. Like I like the team. I like football, and so this event that are doing, for example, the Hexagon Cup or the PPL, or now in the India. This is the format is with the team. So I like that some tournaments, or in the future the paddle can be like with teams. Okay,
Mm.
so with one pair with of men, and one pair with women, one and the third pair. Okay,
Or
and
mixed?
yeah, or mix, yes. And you have the classify, and it's like that. It's like football. And I think that for people, you give them something to believe all of the year,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
with the break of the pair that are very frequently. I don't know if people like that.
Yeah, it's definitely harder to follow, and
Yeah.
yet the teams can't be too superficially created. Well, how was your experience of playing in the Pro Paddle League? Because I know you got drafted at least one year. I don't know. I've been following a little bit, but not so much the
Mm.
American PPL. How was that experience for you?
Was very great experience, and I hope to repeat this experience. Yeah, because knowing USA, it's amazing, and I'm a very, very, very big fan of the cinema. So for me, travel there, yes, was a dream, and play there. And also I saw a lot of times the US Open, so the tennis players, so Serena Williams. So I'm a very, very great fan of USA. So for me, it was a very great experience, and there is growing up. I mean, they are trying to develop the paddle. I think that if USA can enter, I think that this sport can be Olympic, because they are a very, very important strength. And so I think we need them. We need China. We need Australia. We need these countries to go to become bigger, and I think to go to the Olympic Games.
Well, certainly hoping for that inside your career. I just want to wait forever and ever for it, right? Well, that's been beautiful. I really appreciate having you on, Carolina. I'm going to let you go because I know time is of importance. What would be the final word for you for paddle?
Final words. I think that you need passion. You need a lot of passion to play this incredible sport, and above all, you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it because it's a sport that is made to enjoy it.
Love it. Carolina, muchas gracias. Molte grazie. We'll be in
Prego.
touch.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.